EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They run for the first time with Marcus Murphy. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Murphy again. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Rip left, rip left.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Watson. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Joker, 9.
4 Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On second down, Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Watson on first down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 27, Watson buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Into the hands of Lee on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
We own this. We own it.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They come out here in the eye. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a throw left sideline here is complete.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They're going to look to throw. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick-6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 13. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well. Swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defense.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Kamara. A 1st down there on a pickup at 25.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
At the 23-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Watson, option left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Mike 52, Mike 52. 3 buds, 3 buds. Mike 24.
From the 16, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Running with Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
You think you're going to get this? You think you're going to get this? Learn. 55 is my guy, 55.
Out of the gun, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson escaping, and he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Jerome Baker. He's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll set up the screen now to Kamara, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And Gay knocks this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Mike, check, 59. There we go.
2nd and 10. Slant route caught by Edelman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Airing this one, and this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Mike Evans with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back up. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game started. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that.
What you got, Abby? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talked about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Good set. 19. I think you got it, son. Hey, 24. Single. 85 is coming. 85 is coming. Watch him. Line him up.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
He's not going to get me.
Toss play, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, 59. Line him up.
Watson operating from the gun. Smith catches left side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. 35. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. A gain there of 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first down, McKinnon. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Mike, check, 59. In your face.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. David Njoku, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game just...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Kamara. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On the ground, this is Kamara. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the gun on third, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And it's taken in at the 9. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's caught left side by John Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. He'll look to throw. Got his tight end, David Njoku. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a big one coming now for Giorgio Tavecchio. This one from 48 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anderson Dejo, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Go, go, go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brooks Reed was able to find his way to the QB.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw, Watson, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him there. Find him. Find him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It's a sack for Mitch Unrein. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Forced out to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7th. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 30. 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Panthers 38, Saints 31.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Push him back.
Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 44-yard line.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And he lets go a laser pulled in by Edelman. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they, in fact, will throw it. Oh, it's out. McKinnon fumbled it. The Saints say they have it, and they do. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and they're a point away from tying this thing up. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's a 2nd and 7. Being chased out left. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The Panthers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here one. Mike, check. 59. 6 man.
2nd and 10. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win, and his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Panthers, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.